Hey guys, Mimish, everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the market. This stock apparently likes wars. uh, so that's the rest of the market. Uh, America likes oil. What else can I say? Apparently, um, war is bad, but oil war is not that bad. You see, all the news analysts out there. Maybe they know better. I'm not undermining the news analysis and everyone who does it. I'm just saying it's not my jam. But I would definitely expect markets to react negatively to the fact that the country goes to war. And I'm wrong. And once again, like any shorts, imagine it would do an upthrust here and then like I would set up a trade and then it would open like this. That would not feel good. Well, I mean, like, you know what I'm gonna say. That's super technically. It's good for a short, but practically, I'd say it's suicidal. Oh, I still have monthly levels to correct, and maybe like 1/3 of my watch list is left. I'll be dealing with that later. I'll be dealing with all that later. Okay. Technically, we're in point 0.5. Cues inspire similar. Same, but different. Hmm. Blue caps, they like oil. They're like, yes, please. Go rape and murder abroad. Just bring us oil back. Just bring home the oil. That's basically what stock market says. Um, Not ketchup though. Ketchup is humane. Ketchup is pacifist. Good. Now we know that people that eat ketchup are kind and nice. Look at this guy. Ay, ay, ay. Broke me even on everything and went up. But I mean, it was like too far from point 0.5, so couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. So I guess I'm out for break even on T-row. Good news is that I made broke even instead of losing money. That I would say is a good news. Uh, Bad news is I didn't make any money. So both, uh, and that's why I am on stock market, not crypto. Because in crypto I would have lost money, my stop market, and then just to see the next day to go my direction. To go my direction. So sad story and glad story and a good story. Uh, yeah, I'm out. At made $0 on this trade. Made $0 on this trade. Understand it. Okay. There's something weird. This like broker always alternates in between cash and margin, so sometimes I get stuck. My old positions are closed, but I still see as I'm as if I'm long and short for the same amount on cash and margin. It's bizarre. Okay. Mm. Okay. Yes, so I decided not to keep the position because because um it hit my stop, which happens all the time. Um it hit my stop, it went too low, below zero point 0.5. It had a bigger volume on its way. Yes, that's not the biggest volume. Yeah, so I couldn't do anything here. I didn't lose money is all I can say in my defense. Is all I can say in my defense. Okay, now let's log all this. Apparently, America loves a quick winning. Um, broke even a quick winning war. You know what I mean? Broke even. And I still think it was a good decision. Broke even. It's better to have your order set up and, you know, it's better to let the market decide broke even where it wants to go. And all this also on all my Apple. I broke even. Broke even. Let me guess what happened with Apple. Let me guess. So now it's so good for dailies, but this thing was premature. If it didn't do it, if it didn't do the stale, just went here and still. Anyway, let me check the Apple. Yeah, this thing goes lower. Anyway, good job not catching a stop here, I guess. Yeah, that's the best I could do here. Really. Did my best, played by the rules, needed more liquidity, and then it went up. Boom. Now it's history, I see. DTM. Boom. Bro, markets loved war. Oh, you see? Again, same deal. Didn't take this trade, wasn't in the monitor. I would have otherwise. And then it wouldn't be critical, but still very, very, instead of like 3%, it would be like 5. This is not fun at all. Now it's at the, and it's a counter trend and it's close manipulation signal uh, on daily to do hourly trades, to do swings. No, no short information. Maybe I'll have to take additional study on options after all. Hmm, that was interesting though. Great volume. Great volume. This is good. This is good, I think. Resistance, resistance, good volume, good volume. Not that biggest volume. That would need a test. Dude. Oh, this is good. This is a really good volume for as far as we can see. There's like bigger volumes, but I wouldn't be worried about it. Because this is far. We don't need it to go that far. This for here is good. but then it just falls. My guess is the less developed is the market, the more obvious the setups are. And now, yeah, it's too far from 0.5. It's like way too far. It's not the biggest volume, but here's the test and everything you might want. It's a balance. So neutral zone, we're fine with balance. It's either 0.5 or balance. However, in this specific situation, with this volume distribution, and it's short. And it's a change of direction. But it's also a transition extreme. Nineteenth. Maybe Tiro was, maybe I didn't take in consideration the fact that it is long and it can correct lower. No, all these volumes go, no, I couldn't. AMD. Change direction, but now it's in transition extremum. And everything checks out here. So technically we don't need 0.5 because it's in a balance. But practically I would love to price to like extend here and here. Expand the creek level a few times. And it's not neutral zone yet, it's the beginning of the. Well, it's weird because if you take half of the entire range, we are in neutral zone. If you'll take half of the range, we are. Yeah, if it went here like a few more times and up thrust at this level, that would be like way better. Actually, it's a good question to ask from my trading coach. But yeah, it accumulates I'd say I would want it to come here and upthrust it again to get closer to 0.5. Doesn't have to, or especially if it goes to like this level, that would be perfect. Without changing direction on 5 minutes. I forgot to mention. Gosh, American markets like the war. There's a difference, I think, in between like a war and just like beating up of a um weaker country. Uh, America definitely knows the difference. It's a balanced counter trend, so not gonna touch it. Boom. It went with all its might. You see, it kept down to make everyone and their grandma portrayed on the news. Say it's a war, we're gonna go down, and gold is gonna go up. And then it just doesn't. Big in Japan. You see, that's why we don't trust much um, levels that are that close to transition extremum because it's very tempting for the price to go and gather additional liquidity at the price level. And now we're in an interesting situation. I would be skeptical about uh, aggressive trade here. Also, if they're break T1, so potentially that could be the situation. Not to say it can be a mm, yeah, it should be short on monthly. We should consider it short. That's a good level. That's a good level. It's a little too big, is what I mean. Not terminally, but it's a little too big. But it's in good 0.5. This is all good. This is just stretched. So we'd rather see it and manipulate this transition extreme. Volume is gorgeous though. This volume is gorgeous. Now I'm eating myself up that I should have waited on T row for. Should have kept the position, gave it another chance. But I really should have not. Uh, Same as Apple. It did my 2R on a swing trade, not on the investment trade. Would not have worked. But swing would have, but it's not a good strategy long term to put trades, to leave trades on the mercy of the market. Once again, technically that's the setup. Practically, it's not a good setup. I was like in this. You can call it a balance if you want to. Not really. Um, I'd much rather see the price go manipulate this level than just like gamble like this. Big in Japan. Dun, 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 dun. Why is this song? Why this song? Why this song is stuck in my head while I'm trying to say. Uh, Yo, guys, I'm looking into AI accent removal tools, streamlined, so possibly in the near future you'll be able to listening to me with a neutral American accent. But don't be fooled. It's AI. I think it can help my acting career. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's what we have. But I'm skeptical, of course. Even if it closes in the spring, it will need to die. I mean, I want to wait for it to come here. This thing totally can go. It absolutely can go. We got a balance. We don't need 0.5 technically. However, there was nothing, no level broken yet. It was just like straight dun dun dun. It was powerful, but I want to see it come higher. So here's your aggressive setup. Well, it's gonna close in a break in 3 minutes. Target breaks up, goes up, needs to reach. Needs to manipulate. I needed to manipulate the level of superior time frame. Tesla is right there with a it's not the worst volume. It's a little too big. You know, I'm very conservative to the sizes. I need it to be big, but not too big. And it looks like it has all potential to close in correction. This volume, though, is in the middle of nowhere. So you don't scare me, volume. And we're in a break now, by the way. So this needs a close manipulation signal. However, it changed the direction. Yeah, it looks like it wants to continue. Level and then um, volume and then absolutely unvolumed. Absolutely unvolumed. Um, Manipulation bar. Here it looks a little better, but yeah, that does look like an exhaustion. I'd be very skeptical, and I will be, and I am very skeptical to any setups on inferior time frame. Here it looked perfect now. Look at this. It looked heavenly, as it always does. Uh, when inferior time frame is not the best. Unvolumed upthrust, though. I wouldn't be able to do anything here. I need it to be volumed, and it's not. So yeah, I'll keep it open. Yeah, this guy, it's a gamble to take it from here. It can go lower, but it's a gamble. Big and fat, big and fat. Boom. Haha. I don't want to dance on the bones, but I'm wondering if you have any um, Venezuelan stock on the market, on the American market, and how are they? They must be like in jeopardy. Once again, like I'm not trying to speculate on other people's misfortune. Well, bro, that's all I'm do. That's all I do. I'm speculating on other people's misfortunes because my gain is someone's loss. But you know what I mean. Just trying to say I'm not a bad guy. I don't know how trustworthy it is with my Russian accent, but just trying to say that I'm humane and considerate about other people's misfortunes. And this level is done and gone. Bye bye. Yes, it's not even a daily watch. What watch is it now? Monthly taps at best. Dun, dun, dun. Things will happen while they can. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's here comes the oil. Here comes the oil. Stock. Shell. My family collects shells. You remember? What is this like? What's the name of this classic Hollywood movie? I think that joke was funny, by the way. I mean, simple, silly, and funny. How the jokes should be. My family collects shells. Counter trend. Um, I mean, resistance level trend, resistance level counter trend. Jerky, but once again, I would rather see it come here. But for now, it's good. It went down. This thing went down. I'm still trying to monitor Russian market, even though I'm bleeding on the Russian market. It just doesn't work for me. I couldn't, I think, probably readjust myself to the wartime economic or warnomic, or I don't know. Maybe I was just immature. But yeah, there's nothing good right now for me on the Russian market. You see energy, that's energy sector. Energy sector apparently took it harder than any other. Boom. Yeah, I can't do anything here. It's just 90% back. So this 0.5 doesn't matter anymore. Boom. Oh la la. Costco. Costco. Dun, 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 dun. Still continuation of the trend. However, like here it was way more viable. And that's, I think, my sin. That's what I do. I just like waited to. Now it's already on its way down. I tried to like catch again on its way down. Here was the entry. And it would have worked, right? It was just so high anyway. So no, that wasn't my friend at all. And it wouldn't work. Look at this. No, it would have. It's like too tight. Yeah, it's just being on the mercy of the market. It's trading like this. It's not my jam. I've already been there. I didn't like it. Mhm. That's interesting, but I wouldn't want to take this trade aggressive for exactly the same reason. It looks like it's on its way down, even though monthly remains mm, long in continuation of the trend. By the way more so than uh, yeah, it's continuation of the trend. Mm. I know there's a backlight. The sun reflects on my backdrop, just like it's winter time. I just can't let myself to drape the windows when the sun is out there. It's not the biggest volume, so again, not the biggest volume is diagnosis for aggressive trades. So the only thing I can do is to wait for the price to come to the transition extreme. You know what I mean? Something quick on 5 minutes though, maybe. Boom, sharp decline. Sharp decline. Now it goes down. When the sun goes down. Or maybe it was a bullish trap. We'll see. There was an exhaustion volume, no matter how steep it looked. Here was the exhaustion and it went up, and that was the sign of strength. Yeah. Okay, guys, just give me a sec, okay? I need to readjust something. So yeah, looks like it's gonna go down, but I don't wanna risk it. I prefer measured risks. Well, it can totally work with this exhaustion volume. However, that's not how I trade. This is not how we trade in Roman strategy. Uh, Um, yeah, but unvolumed. Ooh, the thing continues to go higher. This thing just can't stop one stop. Oh, they can't stop one stop roll. That's a break. So that's now the situation. Volume is good, looks like an exhaustion. Wait, what am I trying to do here anyway? Hurts my eyes. Hurts my eyes. Okay. Citibank, everyone, look at these guys. Well, I mean, if you'll talk geopolitics, of course, the invasion of Venezuela, I'll call it that, means regaining control of the largest oil reserve. And we know America loves oil. I mean, who doesn't? Uh, just America loves to invade countries who has oil. um, so that makes sense that the big financiers and like big business, they understand all the positive implications of regaining control over the world's largest reserve, especially after green energy, I understand, failed us so miserably in like more than quarter century of government support and all of that. It's still like negative, if I understand it correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand the whole um, green energy shebang never really worked out, including scandals in Scotland where windmills are fed with diesel generators when there is no wind to meet the quotas or whatever. So we're still at square one with uh, getting off the oil needle shebang. Yeah, it's this doesn't matter anymore, and that's changed. Well, yeah, none of this matters anymore. The only thing that matters maybe is this 0.5 of the day, which is perfectly there. Mm-hmm. Let's see our gainers losers, and I'll let you go. I'll start my day. Did I see gold in the? Oh, no, it's gold, not gold. Huh. Bank made its move without me. Without you. Without me. Look at this booty. Look at this booty. Oi, oi, oi. How beautiful it was. Yeah. Needed a test. Didn't give any test. Or maybe didn't need a test, but yeah. Left absolutely everyone and their grandma behind. Little gap and then boom. Beautiful, I think. Energy also, yeah, right? Yeah, I think it's the level. Doom. Wait, we got the monster level. No. Oxy. Test goes down. Yep. Continuation of the trend. Well, it's a red day. So sorry, America. I was too I thought too bad about you. You don't like the war. The XLU, the utilities, don't like the war at all. Like big time. This goes down as it should. Things go down while they can. Okay, see, like I need to get out. You're like annoying. Ooh, no, it's a Green Day. Sorry, America, I thought too good of you. I'm taking it back, what I just said. Uh, no, no humanism, just business. Oil, please. I read. Oh my God. Look at this guy. Broke absolutely everything. Looked like an exhaustion. Look at this. Bro, tell me about warnomics. Well, it's not warnomics, of course. It's like civil consumer economic. However, oil, please. Uh, my most favorite meme on that topic is a picture of U.S. Marines like fully geared in some uh, Middle Eastern country terrain with all like M16s and like going on the uh, like task force on the mission. Uh, with all the goggles and all this cool stuff. And the picture says American scientists looking for oil. I think that's my most favorite meme uh, on that topic. Um, yeah, and I'm kind of like humorous about it. It's not, of course, it's not a laughing matter. All the tragedy of, especially civilians, those are my biggest concerns. Especially civilians who have nothing to do or don't want anything to do with this violence. Violence is violence, no matter how humorous you are, or can be, or can allow yourself to be about it, just because your significant ones are not involved, nor do you. So yeah, technically it's good for it's counter trend though, and it's just okay. Let's watch it. Hmm. Look at this. Look at this. There's like 2 pages worth of 2 pages worth of uh more than 2% growth. The counter trend. Dun, 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 dun. Now it's history, I see. Okay. And I don't want to watch through all of that. I'll let you go. And that's our transition extreme. That's our transition extreme. Yeah, let's try it. Because why not? Same deal pretty much. It's so counter trend. So counter trend, Misha. What do you want from it? What do you want from it? Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Look what it does. Ice loves a military invasion. All I can say. Well, that's ice. What can you do? They're trigger happy. Yeah, all the trigger happy people are celebrating now for sure. Finally. Um, change direction. Yeah, leave it alone. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's enough for me for today. There's no transition extreme anymore. It's just straight up counter trend with with yeah, counter trend. Um, what's this? Wait, what? It's daily watch, and it's not short. It's long. Yeah, that's I think is enough. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. It's a green day. Uh, that's what we've learned about America today. Yeah, it went down. Yeah, that sucks. But couldn't do anything. It was like a balance, but it was like too far from. Yeah, that was an entry like this. A nice consolidation, but no, not for me. Not for me. Dun, 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 dun. Tesla goes higher. Huh. That's an interesting move to break it down. One bar reversal. New transition extreme in point 0.5. Yeah, didn't take it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. Trade responsibly on your own. No listen to anyone, no one knows anything. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people.